Well, hello. This is my all natural look before I go to the pool. I thought about putting makeup on you or on me for you, but nope, not happening today. And just as a precursor, I have my 2-year-old and my 3-year-old here not sleeping. So who knows what can happen, but that's the beauty of this business, right? We can fit it in. So today on the You Win in a Locker Room First chat, I am talking about half the chapter on commitment. And this is something that I love. Commitment is something that I have never really struggled with. There are plenty of other things, but commitment is not one. This is my end game. I believe it to my core. This is what I was made to do. And so I have no problem talking on this topic. And I loved this part of the chapter that I get to speak on because it speaks to me on so many levels. And I'm sure that you guys can all relate with this too, where we are in our businesses. One of the quotes that I highlighted was, when you focus on helping others improve, you improve. So I have definitely experienced this myself. We learn while we coach our team, and when we're asked to train on certain calls like this one, or when we asked to do the Rising Stars or at meetings, we learn by teaching. So I love that aspect of this business. And we can grow together with our team and really leverage our learning with each other because we don't know everything. And this is an ongoing process, just like life in general. And let me close this gate before we have invaders. Okay. Let's see. What else did they talk about? Most people only saw game day, but I was fortunate to see his commitment every day. And I think this speaks to me in that we just do a little bit every single day. It's not like we go for, a week strong and then take a couple weeks off. It's something that we are consistently doing every single day. And consistency is something that we learn, especially up to this point, how important it is. And I underlined, he didn't have to do it, as one of the quotes in here. And we don't have to do this business either. We're choosing to, because we see how it can impact our lives and our team's lives. There's a lot of don't have to do's in this business, things that are not IPA, income producing activity, like personal development, and reading different books like this one in particular. We don't get paid to do that, but our commitment to it makes us better as leaders. I love that he talked about nutrition and fueling, your body so that you can perform better. And this is a piece that's really near and dear to my heart. And it's why I love this business and our product line so much, because we can help people be their best and perform at their best, feel their best, so that they can do the other things that they are passionate about doing themselves. So that extends to our team, but also our clients as well. So it really, that speaks to me. It's not always about making the big play. It's about taking action and committing yourself to preparation, health, nutrition, practice, recovery, and all the ways that make you and the team better. And I relate this to my journey right now, in that it's not all about going region for me right now, but the journey to get there and how we're refined in this whole process from going each level to each level. This next part talks about this player on the Cornell team who passed away, and the legacy that he left. And this is a topic that I think about often. What is my legacy? What will people remember me for? What will my team say about me? So I'm always conscious of how I'm portraying myself and my leadership so that I can leave a legacy. Crying in the background. Hold on. We have crying, and I'm not even sure what to do about that. I may have to stop this recording and then redo it again. No, he's calming down. Anyway, let's see. He also talks about recognition, and I see this a lot in my business. Will you be known as playing as a team of one or adding value to your team? At the beginning of my business, I cared a lot about recognition. Mommy broke it. Okay, he cared a lot about recognition, or I cared a lot about recognition, but as I grow in my leadership, it's not about the recognition anymore for me. I mean, yeah, everyone likes an attaboy, but it's more about who I'm becoming in this process than it is about getting recognition at month end. Because my motivation is there. I'm self-motivated. So I know the goal that I have, and I'm working towards that goal. And it's not about the recognition for me at this point. But I think recognition is important, especially at the beginning of your business, because you're getting positive reinforcement, which we'll talk about at the end of this chapter. This next topic talks about manageritis. And I don't know if you can relate to this, but you know, we have to ask ourselves if we are in activity and telling other people what to do. I think it's so easy to sit back and get comfortable directing our team, but we really need to be active in our own businesses and building our own central so that we can leave room for other people to promote and develop themselves. So I don't know if you can relate to this manageritis, but when things are going great, you tend to want to just, you know, maybe sit back and help other people too, but the importance of consistently building your central is so important because, again, we want to leave room for other people to promote. And if we're not doing that, then we are doing our team a disservice. He looks for ways to develop the strengths of each team member and coaches them to be the best version of themselves. That's really what I'm striving to do in my leadership. We're not all made to do the same thing. We don't all have the same strengths, but what I love a lot about this business is that it is teaching me to be the best version of myself. It's not about you. It's about committing yourself to your team. This next topic talks about ego. You must lose your ego so you can stop focusing on yourself and start focusing on your team. And I think that's something that happens as we mature in our business. Too many leaders worry about what the media says about them. They worry about what successes and failures look like to the world. And so that's another maturity thing. As you get further along in your business, then you worry less about what other people think because you know in your heart you're doing what's right for your team. Obviously, we still have a lot to learn and a long way to go, but it's all part of the process. And I really wanted to speak on the topic of success versus failure. And, you know, how I think about this a lot. How do you see failure? I have had some work being done on my heart in this because I was always such a perfectionist and such a control freak that failure was the worst thing that could possibly happen. And so for me, failure is no longer something to fear, but something to learn from. It's not failure, it's a teaching moment. And what we do in those moments determine our growth as a leader. And he also goes on to say, if people are not hitting their numbers, then managers need to work with them to help them get there. If underperformers aren't willing to work and contribute to the team, then they need to find a different team. Coach them to improve or let them off the team, but don't blame them for your lack of success. And so my lesson in this is don't wait around for your current team to get it. Go find a team that can catch your vision and be as passionate and motivated as you are, because people are out there and they're all looking for this. We just have to find them. When you lose your ego, you will win the hearts and minds of your team. Then you'll win in the locker room. So this is speaking to me about the fact that this is a relationship business. It's not about the sales in the end or the numbers. It's about how we're improving as leaders and how we're helping add value to our team. And if we're in activity, we don't have time to point fingers or blame anyone or get frustrated. I can see the progress in my business looking at the blame shift. In the beginning, it was about what other people didn't do. And so now I say, what can I do to improve my leadership when something doesn't necessarily go my way? So it's a shift of blame. And the whole concept of positive reinforcement, like we talked about with recognition. And if a person on our team doesn't have a solid belief like we do, and we give them criticism and not positive reinforcement, they are more likely to give up on themselves and their business. So the importance of positive reinforcement is huge. And so to finish this section up and my part up on this book, the ultimate commitment is sacrifice. And the biggest thing that I took from this part was that I have to take responsibility for my team, and I have to use our success and failure as a lesson to get better in my leadership and leading my team, because I don't ever want to point fingers at anybody else for, not hitting certain goals. And this is especially true as I try to go region. I need to figure out, who needs my help the most and who wants it the most, and really help them develop themselves, and take responsibility myself when things might not necessarily go the way that I anticipated. So I love you all. I hope this was beneficial, and I'll talk to you soon.